Alright, who wants to come with me and kill the bug muncher? Nuke called out to the bar. A chorus of grimaces and growls filled the air. Come on guys, all the brown you can down, Nuke added, but he'd lost the crowd. He was about to leave when a frail-looking Shek at the back of the room stood.
I suppose it's my time. Been waiting too long. I'll die with you, Flatskin,
he said. He began walking towards Nuke, and right away the whole bar went silent, stood, turned to face the speaker, and bowed their heads.
In the image of Kral he walks. With the honor of Kral, he shall die,
the barman recited loudly. The customers all echoed his words. You really don't cheer your own folk on very well, Nuke noted. Outside, the old Shek, calling himself Wyatt, leant on his battered katana in the street.
We leave at once, I presume?
He asked. Yep, at once. Remind me where we're going again?
To where Kral stood at his glorious end, to the twisted land of death.
Oh, of course, I was just thinking I'd like to visit there. Great vistas. Come on, let's go meet the lovely folk you'll be dying with. Nuke rounded up the group and marched down the hill to look for Izayah. The echoing barks of Choco made it easy. When they reunited, Wyatt seemed taken aback.
Two paleskins. What manner of company is twice cursed by Narcos so? He said.
Guys, this happy chappy is, or was it Sag Scales or whatever? He's going to help us kill the Bugmeister. You see, I spoke to the Queen of Rocks or whatever.
Did you say kill the Bugmaster?
Elena interjected.
Did you say you spoke to the Queen?
Izayah added. Sort of, and sort of. Queen Cranky won't listen to anything we have to say without a favour. This big insect is a problem or something, so we take him out, and then we can get Izayah's unspeakable crimes against the sanctity of corpses pardoned, and make a cross-continental chalk deal to get unlimited money. Any questions?
The Bugmaster has killed thousands already, and it is a Greenlander, not an insect, Elena explained. It is a great honor to be slain at his gates, but it's not my time. If you will not face death with courage, then stay, wither and die, soil your legacy with your final selfish breath, and know that your life was wasted until the bitter, lonely end, Wyatt said.
You see, this is why I don't associate with normal Shek, Nuke said. Look, Sag Scales, we're gonna go there right now and sort this out, okay? We've killed like a bajillion people and walked here from the other side of the damn world. We're gonna scope this Bugmister, eat a loaf of bread with 200 grams of sugar per square inch, and go beast mode on that loser. I'll be the Beastmaster. Fuck, that's some cool shit. Elena directed the group south towards the so-called Twisted Land of Death, where their quarry awaited. They wandered through large, urchin-infested canyons and up and down the large fortified mesas separating the provinces of the Shek Kingdom. As they walked into the night, Izayah took Nuke aside.
Prince Tashino, please tell me, what did the Stone Golem say to you? Actually, more importantly, what did you say to her?
Well, I mean, it was a pretty cool convo, Nuke said. We laughed, talked about Yesuke and Rock-chan, just chilled. But I mentioned I wanted a favour, and she went like stone cold. Guess that happens a lot.
Indeed. You didn't mention me, did you?
No, of course not. So whose corpse was it then?
I beg your pardon?
What did you do to get exiled or whatever? I was a spliff dealer. You were a stiff feeler, right?
I'm not sure you understand. The thing is, I can't tell you,
Izayah said, glancing over at the others walking nearby.
Although, between you and me, I think it's nonsense keeping this a secret, especially from you, he went on, his voice lowered.
So you're saying you think I'm like you?
I'm saying I know you're like me.
Based on what? I haven't so much as flirted with a corpse.
No, I mean that we both have very special parents.
We're brothers?
But the scales...
This is far more difficult than I ever imagined.
Our mother must have said the same.
Look, you know how you are Prince Tashino?
That's a pretty philosophical question that I don't feel comfortable answering.
Wonderful. Well, in the same way that you might be Prince Tashino, investigation of the old I think therefore I am pending, I might just happen to be Prince Izayah, not of the Empire, of the Shek Kingdom. So that means Queen Estata, the Stone Golem that is my mother. But it's a secret.
Okran's dipstick, that's a secret alright. You're a fucking prince. Why didn't you say?
I thought you'd get mad if there were too many princes around. Silly, isn't it?
Fuck no. Prince pride, bro. That's like insane. So you got exiled?
I was always exiled, for I was always a pale skin. Mother's orders, that's simply how it is.
Man, we're gonna sort that shit out. You walk into town with the bug mulcher's mandibles under your arm, and that'll be pure chocolate justice, my man.
While I have no idea what that means, I thank you for your support. However, I have no wish to be part of that family anymore. But I would like to see them, and to live among the Shek as Elena does. How I am to be pardoned for being born like this into a family like that, I do not know.
Told you, I'm gonna sort it out. We're gonna save your kingdom from nutrient deficiency, end fucking racism, then end fucking slavery. Man, and I only left the house to get some fucking green. Got the other kind of crazy trip.
Your support is like nothing else I have ever enjoyed, Prince Tashino.
So this means you really didn't get busted for corpse canoodling?
Oh, my prince, of course not,
Izayah said, putting an arm around Nuke and pulling him closer.
That's not even illegal here.
About 40% reassured, Nuke marched on with the group. Around 1 in the morning, they were looking for a place to rest and saw lights and a wall up ahead. Thinking it another of the many Shek military outposts, they went to check the breakfast menu and such. However, the guards at the gate were wearing the brown uniforms of those who had accosted Nuke on the road to Admag.
This must be New Kralia, the rebel base, Elena said. The Stone Golem outlawed their little sect, and so they went off to live in the mountains. We're probably the only ones stupid enough to get lost up here.
Or lucky enough, Nuke said. Because if we bring these guys down, Stone Zone back there will owe us one. We'll tell everyone that Outlaw Izayah has saved the kingdom from these renegades. Sort of thing a worthy leader would do, right?
Then you should be first, my prince,
Izayah said with a flourished bow. After all were done winking at each other and stewing in the smugness of knowing a secret, as in the only secret was the matter of the secrecy. Oh, don't worry about it too much, okay? Basically, Nuke decided to try his luck with the gate guards. Friends, is this Kralia? Nuke opened.
Flat-skinned scum, you have 5 seconds to leave before we begin our hunt,
was the reply, accompanied by the drawing of long greatswords. Fantastic. However, friends, you should know that I am also Kral's chosen.
Impossible.
Really? He chose me too?
He fell in battle against 100 foes. You should never dream of walking even in his footprints.
But he left behind this letter. Says the Prince of the Empire is welcome to use his bed and breakfast with all he can eat of either bread or salad at the host's discretion, and also like 20 of his guests. So yeah, let us in. Oh, and it says we can keep all our weapons and stuff.
Give me that,
a guard said, grabbing at the scrap of paper Nuke was holding out. They didn't pick up that it only had a few words on it, reading roughly, "Please do what cool human wants, bed, food, drugs." But something else gave the game away.
This isn't Kral's handwriting.
Yeah, he was really drunk when he wrote that, sorry.
Drunk on what?
Cactus rum.
Fool, Kral only ever drunk urchin rum.
The bottles got switched.
Kral only ever drunk from flasks.
The flask was leaking.
Kral always had a second flask outside the first flask to prepare for just such incidents.
Fug, he thought of everything. Alright, then just read the back of that sheet instead. The guard flipped the paper.
Psych! We're here to kill you. I doubt Kral would write that if you were really his friend.
A crossbow bolt ended the poor guard's confusion, and the others didn't last long against the rush of guild warriors emerging from the surrounding night. However, all that did was get them in through the gate. Inside there was a campfire and a couple of sandstone buildings with lights flickering in the windows. Before they could investigate, a Shrek strode out of the closer one.
Oh, I could kill a flatskin in the afternoon. I could kill a flatskin in the eve. I could kill a flatskin at the break of dawn. And there ain't a single one I would leave, he sang.
How's 3 AM for you? Nuke called as his sword flashed in the firelight. In a second, the Shek was on the ground.
You know,
Rick said,
we'd be in trouble if these places were full of like a legion of these guys. I mean, I don't really care about getting a bed to sleep on, so let's just quit while we're ahead.
It was wise counsel, however then Els started singing.
I could kill a flatskin with a rusty spoon. I could kill a flatskin with a plate. I could kill a flatskin with a dried up shed. And there ain't a single moment to wait.
Then a face appeared in one of the windows.
Finally he came up with a second verse. Hang on, what the fug? Interlopers!
The voice boomed. Oh dear. More of Kral's chosen swarmed from the buildings, wielding huge blades and clad in iron armor. Charge! Kill them! In the name of the true prince! Nuke called, leading his entourage into the fray.
Oh, he's probably talking about himself, don't worry,
Izayah assured the others as battle commenced. Guess I'll just chill here, Elena said, stepping aside with Gary and watching the shadowy brawl. With the inclusion of Nuke's hired goons, the guild seemed to have the upper hand, but then there was a thudding, clacking stomp as a huge Shek jumped down from the roof of one of the buildings. The shorter one, mind you, and he was a trained professional, so don't try that at home. He arose, his horns protruding like antlers, his blade speckled with sharp, bony teeth, his eyes drawing up onto Elena.
Ah, the Queen birthed another monstrosity, did she? So it wasn't me that caused it then, he growled.
Not really. Nice place you have here. You know, we just wanted somewhere to sleep, as long as there's free breakfast, unlimited bread, or unlimited salad, at the host's discretion. Elena fizzled out as the Shek loomed above her, and remember, Elena was already neck-strainingly tall for the average human.
The Queen's insects shall be crushed, their juices consumed, and then I, Flying Bull, shall be king.
That explains the entrance, Elena said, jumping forwards with the short sword she had clutched in both hands. Flying Bull gracefully danced backwards, and in the same motion swung his gargantuan blade upwards. With a puny clink, the sword was sent spiraling into the starry sky. With a shriek, Elena turned to flee, but the next swoosh of the spinning blade caught her leg and flipped her to the ground in indescribable pain. Fug, man! Big kid's eating shit! Nuke said to Izayah.
Elena! Leave her alone! It's me you want!
Izayah called, rushing over. Nuke joined him in facing down the Goliath.
Ah, you are right. You are the rodent prince, aren't you?
Flying Bull said, pointing his blade at Izayah. He's the best prince in the world, Whale Scales, Nuke retorted.
What a fall from grace to have a flatskin praise your name. You should have seen the look of disgust on your mother's face on the day of your birth, rodent. After she refused my offer to kill you there and then, I thought I'd never see your puny, pale stalk again. Perhaps she only exiled me in the hopes I would find you and finish the job. Yes, If she is as wise as the coward's whine, then that must be it. Come then, I will destroy. Ah!
Flying Bull was cut off in a rather literal sense. A short sword had fallen from the sky and pierced his arm. The blade dropped from his hand.
Now!
Izayah shouted. He and Nuke sliced into one leg each, and Flying Bull fell to his knees with another roar. He lashed out with his fists and batted Nuke aside, but Izayah stepped around the flailing trunks and pushed his blade against Bull's neck. With a two-handed swipe, the deed was done. Even before Flying Bull's corpse crashed into the dirt, Izayah was beside Elena, unlike her right leg.
Narco's darkness, hold on, Elena,
he said, dragging the bandages from his bag.
I knew there was a secret to all this,
Elena muttered with a smile.
You heard? Old politics, no matter to us. I am Izayah, and that's all. Now hold still.
Luckily, after the sun rose and the fighting was over, no one got any injuries worse than Elena. Still, it was enough of a beating to immobilize the guild, not to mention the exhaustion of the all-nighter. Handy then that the spoils of victory included the Kral's chosen hideout all to themselves. Beds, food and treasures were free for the taking, and freely they were took. However, the coins and trinkets weren't the real treasure. The members of Kral's chosen were lined up, and where they were still alive, they were bound in the manner Kral would have chosen, a set of binds, then another set around the binds, just in case.
Are you sure you're alright?
Izumi asked Izayah. Izayah pulled a face-obscuring battle helmet over his head.
I'll be fine. If anyone delivers this scoundrel to justice, it should be me.
He knelt down and somehow hoisted the huge frame of Flying Bull over his shoulders. So for now, just make them think that a mysterious, masked Shek defeated the rebels. No names. We'll swoop in and do a big reveal later, yeah? Nuke said.
As you wish, Prince Tashino.
Reveal of what exactly?
Izumi asked.
My true identity.
Well, we don't even know what that is,
she said with another wink.
You mean that he is the lost prince?
Elena said, hobbling over with a longsword for a crutch. Whoops. I guess while she knew the secret, she didn't know the secret of the secret secret.
What? He's not. Why would you say that?
Izumi bluffed. Future girl, I know. I always knew. Nuke also bluffed.
Oh, so you're not mad?
Mad he's not getting what he deserves. Prince bros. That's us, sticking together. Except right now, because he's going to AdMag, and I'm going to bed.
Wait, I'm going with him, Elena said.
Hoping to make it a quick one and pop right back,
Izayah explained, but Elena was hobbling at him anyway.
Carry me. I'm not going to be separated from you, she insisted.
Handy that Izayah was wearing armor over his face, or that decreasingly pale skin would have betrayed his embarrassment. Pale bros. We're all such bros, Nuke said, waving L's over. Charlie, you're demoted to corpse carrier. Take whale scales from pale scales and do what he says, alright? The second guy, not the first guy. Whatever.
Is Izayah my boss now if we're saying he's the prince?
We're both your boss. In fact, to make it easy for you, Charlie, everyone's your boss, alright?
Even me?
Oh, except you. Okran's swaying fringe. Just get going, will you? We've got beds to descale. Therefore, the masked Shek mysteriously delivered the body of the outlaw Flying Bull to an AdMag police station, winning himself a huge cash bounty and an audience with the Queen, but he quickly retreated, reciting,
I did this only for the good of the Shek Kingdom. Now, for the same reason, I must say goodbye. One day, you will understand.
These carefully chosen words, when relayed to Queen Stone Golem, caused her to fly into an over-the-top rage and then lock the doors of her royal barrack and refuse to see anyone. After all, none could see the mighty Queen of the Shek shed a tear. After returning to New Kralia, Izayah's payload received some good news. Among the misc found in the rebels' possession was a skeleton leg. Thanks to advances in user-friendly technology back in the First Empire, this leg could replace and even surpass Elena's old one with a click, a snap, and a hum.
"Feels weird,"
she reported. Gustafsson fiddled with some tiny bolts on the side.
"This model is exemplary. It is a fine replacement. Is there another?"
Wadston shook his head from over by the spare parts bin.
"Regretful. I will smell his disappointment. I will search further."
So then, with a new leg sorted out, the Battle of New Kralia had been a complete victory for the guild. And now all of Admag was speaking of the mysterious masked hero who had rid the kingdom of the pretender Flying Bull. Many folk went to New Kralia to try and find out more, but it would take them a day to arrive, and by then the place was deserted. The rested guild had moved out towards the distant black mountain that loomed in the south, the doomed crater of Arak, domain of the Dark Lord of Spiders, the Bugmaster. Thousands might have died hunting the murderous arachnid overlord, but they probably didn't have that cocky-chocky. Nuke had nothing to worry about at all, right?